If you're thinking that finding a new strategy is really going to solve all your problems, pause for a moment. Before you go looking for more strategies, you want to check out this video because you're going to find the answers actually somewhere else, not in the strategies. You need to take care of something else first. This is Brian McAvoy with Inside Out Trading. I help traders make their profits so consistent that you can quit your day job without fear. That's really awesome when you get to that point, and I'd love to help you get there too. Now, today we're going to talk about strategies and why so many traders, they're thinking, if I could just find the right strategy, that guy, he's got the strategy, looks like he's making a lot of money over here. Let me go try that. Or it's, hey, I'm just, what I'm doing, it just doesn't seem to be working. I need to find a new strategy. And so you do a lot of bouncing around. And I'm not faulting you. I'm not judging. I went through the same thing myself. It feels it's the strategy is where the magic is. And that's an easy pitch for whoever's selling strategies. But the thing is, there are a lot of proven strategies that have been around for a long time, decades, proven out. Tons of people have made money with them. I've got a handful of them that I've been using for years, and I love them. They're super simple, very straightforward. I didn't invent them, but they work. And it's like, cool. And there are lots of strategies around that do work. The trick really is not in the strategy. That's not the magic. And believe it or not, psychology, because a lot of people say just find a good strategy and then focus on your psychology. That's also missing the thing too. And it's hilarious because one of my most popular articles that I've written from a blog years ago was entitled "Why That Trading Psychology Book Won't Solve Your Problems." And here's the thing. You can sit there and you can get stuck bouncing back and forth between the two, strategy and psychology. You can get stuck bouncing back and forth between those two, thinking, oh, if I could just fix my strategy or find a good strategy, or oh, if I can just focus on my psychology and be more disciplined and do what I'm supposed to do and control my emotions and all that kind of stuff. You can bounce back and forth between those two for years. I've had a lot of people come to me, especially, and I don't know what it is about this, the last year or two. A lot of people have been coming to me. They've been trading for like more than 5 years. I've had a bunch of people trading for like more than 10 years, and they're still fighting the same issues they were years ago. Same thing, because they just keep going back and forth between, oh, if I could just find my strategy, or I can just fix my strategy, or oh, if I can just focus on my psychology. And here's the thing. If that's what you're doing, that's why it's not working, because you're missing something. Years ago, back in 2007, I wrote a book, it was a guide for traders called The Trader's Guide to Emotional Management. And when I was in the process of writing that book, it occurred to me, all the conversations I had with traders and just from my own experience and everything, as far as the strategy, it's important that you have a strategy. You got to have some kind of a strategy. You can't just shoot from the hip and wing it all the time. That's not going to work. And as far as the psychology, there's a lot of worthwhile things in the trading psychology space. I've been interested in psychology for years. But as I was writing the book and I was looking at all the different mistakes that traders make and what actually is the cause of them, so many of the causes are not psychological. They're not. It seems like they are on the surface, but generally they're going to be symptoms of another problem, and a very common problem is one of the biggest contributors to so many of the psychological mistakes that traders make. And so I put it at the very beginning of the book. And this is why the trading psychology stuff won't fix your problem. If you don't have the skill set to know how to take a strategy, build a solid system on it, and then go from there to developing that consistent execution, which is where my quality assurance background was really super helpful. Quality assurance is all about consistency. It is. It's like one of the foundational concepts of quality assurance is being able to do something well and do it very consistently. And that's how you wind up with good quality in whatever it is you're producing, goods or services or software or whatever. It's the consistency that makes so much of the difference. And trading is no different. But the thing is, consistency isn't just about discipline. There are several factors that go into consistency. And if you don't have those tools and the perspectives that go with it that are part of quality assurance, if you don't have those, you can sit there and try to be more disciplined. You can sit there and say, I just need to control my emotions. You can do that all day long, and it's only going to last for so long until it fails you. Same thing with chasing strategies. You have to have the process to say, all right, this is how I get my process together, including the strategy, including me, including the markets, all the different factors that are part of a process. and then how to bring it all together and then have it be a process that upon execution produces consistent results. Again, that's where my quality background really comes in handy. Most of my time as a quality assurance manager, even though I was working in a manufacturing environment, even though I was working in manufacturing, we were making plastic bottles and we had equipment, very high tech, high speed equipment. Most of my time as the quality manager was spent working with the people in the plant because people were part of the process. And with the equipment, yeah, that was pretty easy with statistical process control and some of the other tools that we had for quality assurance. That was all well and good over there. But where we really had to guard against inconsistencies and errors and the things that created problems was with our people. I had 183 people in the plant that I was responsible for, and it was my job to make sure that I was giving the tools and the training so that everybody in all the different jobs across 27 different production lines, 7 different departments, 4 different shifts, day in and day out, month in and month out, everybody's doing their job correctly and they're doing it consistently. And that was my job. And so putting together the programs, like I said, the tools and the training so that everybody, even as people came and went with the turnover over time, again, consistency was never a problem for us because I had the quality assurance background. I'm a certified quality engineer. And it was awesome. And that was one of the things as an engineer that I loved because, yeah, consistency and consistent output and good, reliable processes, that was awesome. And when my first year, I wasn't treating it properly. I was flying by the seat of my pants thinking I was all smart in that. But I blew up my account, lost almost $50,000. Then I had to step back and it's like, all right, I got to treat this seriously. This is not just find a strategy and control your emotions. Not that simple. I got to treat this like a real profession. When I brought my quality assurance background and all that learning there and that experience to trading, now I was able to, hey, get it settled down and really get a solid handle on it and build a process where I would get, yes, very predictable, reproducible, repeatable output. And that's exactly what I've been teaching traders for years. And it works so well. Thing is, you don't have psychological issues. You have incomplete training issues. You're trying to do a job and you haven't been given all the tools and the principles and the perspectives to make this relatively easy. That's why it's so freaking hard because you're trying to do a job that you haven't been fully equipped for. And trading's a pretty challenging job. It's not easy. And it's not just placing trades and sticking to my rules. There's a lot more to it than that. Now, if you'd like to find out more about this, how to apply quality assurance to your trading to get that consistency and that reliable, predictable output, swing by InsideOutTrading.com. Got a free workshop. I usually do them live. If I'm not doing one live this week, they'll have the recordings available. But this is where you want to learn about, I call it engineered profits, because that's really what it is. With quality assurance, we would engineer our processes so that, yes, we know going into it that it's going to work, it's going to produce. That was the whole quality assurance mentality was instead of quality control, where we're just standing, we have inspectors standing on the line picking off bad product. With quality assurance, it's no, we're gonna get such a solid handle on our process that we know that we're producing good product. And again, works so perfectly for trading. Where it's, yeah, we get the process so dialed in, you know what to expect from it. You know what it's going to produce. And that's awesome as a trader. Everybody talks about the uncertainty and the anxiety and fear of the unknown with trading. This is how you address that and make the uncertainty of the markets basically a non-issue. It's really cool. So swing by InsideOutTrading.com. I got some free resources for you. Like I said, the workshop. If you want to book a call with me, talk about your situation, cool. Again, swing by InsideOutTrading.com. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. Leave me a comment. And just let me know, has this been helpful for you? And share this with your friends. If you have friends who trade, share it with them. They'll like you even better if you can help them improve their trading. But anyway, I do this because I want to help you become a successful trader. There's so many people out there that just plug in strategies or signals, and because that's an easy sell. I really want to help you succeed. I do this because I know what it's like when trading doesn't work and what a toll that can take on a person emotionally and financially. And I want to help you avoid that. And I know how awesome trading can be when you get it right. It can be so awesome. And I want you to experience that as well. So swing by InsideOutTrading.com. Again, I hope this has been helpful. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.